Hey, what's up, everybody? You're about to watch a live trade of mine. I hope that you're looking forward to it and especially learn even more from them. In these live trades, I narrate it very well, so I speak my mind and tell you exactly what I'm thinking, the strategies that I'll be using, and the emotional turmoil that I go through as well. I think that if you focus on learning enough about live trading and you watch professionals out there, you're eventually going to pick up some of the habits and the discipline yourself as well, and especially the strategies. So, right now, I'm releasing the Ultimate Bull Market Strategy Guide book package edition. And it's so important for you to get ready for this upcoming bull market because it is coming in 2024, 2025, whether you like it or not. And it's so important to be prepared for it well before the bull market begins, and you've got a lot of time. This strategy guide of mine is always constantly updated, and I think that I would be a great teacher to help you advance your skills to the next level. So definitely check it out here. The website is in the link below. So what are you going to get with the bull market? Well, you're going to learn my exact strategies, first of all, my strategies that I'm using to trade in the millions of dollars like you've always seen me do, and also the strategies I'll be using to make millions of dollars in the upcoming bull market to come. And it's going to teach you all of my strategies that I use, 25 hours of lectures, over 41 lessons. You're also going to get a lifetime Discord membership to my private trading group as well, where there's a community of like-minded people just like yourself. I'm active there every single day where I'm going to try to find trades with you. I'm going to answer all the questions that you have to make sure that you're getting more confidence and you're using the right strategies. I have daily live streams as well. I have tons of recorded live trades, tons of short lessons and long lessons as well. And there's over 1,000 people in the group. So I know you're going to fit right in and it's going to feel like a community of family members over time. You're also going to get the Philakone Bull Market Strategy Guide. The Ultimate Bull Market Strategy Guide companion book is going to be mailed out to you. And this book is a companion to the online courses. It's very well written, very professionally published as well. There's no mistakes in it, unlike my other book. You're going to love it. It's designed to motivate and inspire you. 220 pages of rules and guidelines. It's for beginners to advanced traders. And I know you're going to come out feeling very happy and very knowledgeable after reading this book of mine. And then you're also going to get a chance to win an all-inclusive trip to Istanbul, Turkey for 3 days. And there's only 100 books available, so you have a 1 out of 100 chance to win a fully paid trip to Istanbul, Turkey in 2024. And then you get a 3 day trip, all expenses paid, including flight, hotel, and spending. And we are going to day trade together, or we're just going to tour and sightsee in Istanbul together. So definitely get on that, guys. I'm super excited about it. Happy to have you as my students. You can go to the site in the link below, see what people are saying about the community and the Discord group here. You can also see the course outline that tells you absolutely everything going on. And you can also check out the companion book table of contents here as well, and all the questions that you want to have. And you can pay by crypto online here. If you go to the very bottom, you'll see an option for crypto, or you can pay by credit card, which is not a problem at all. And this is all guaranteed. So I look forward to having you as my students, and I hope you enjoyed this live trade even more. Bam, guys. Let's make some money this year. Hey, what's up, everybody? So I'm in a sell position. I'm down about $2,000 right here. And I'm playing a $185,000 short position on Sol. So the reason I decided to enter this short position is because I count 5 Elliott waves, and this is what I specialize in. So let's break down this count detail by detail. My original count is this, where it makes a leading first wave diagonal. You might think that this is lower than that one, but it's actually not. This is the great definition of a leading first wave diagonal, where it does something like this, and you can kind of see it really well like that. See how it's making a diagonal? There you go. So that's a leading first wave diagonal that makes the wave 1, and then this wave over here makes an ABC. Okay, just to summarize, so this is now the waves 1 top, ABC to make 2 down there. So now we know that that's clear. That means that this is most likely a 1. This makes an A, B, C to make a 2. This is most likely a 3 top, a 4 top, and this is getting to a 5 right there. If we zoom further back, what we're going to see is a big resistance Over here at 23,910. I don't think it's going to break it the first try, especially because we're out of resistance right now already, and it seems like all 5 Elliott wave structures are in. So the benefit of Elliott wave is that it's going to be able to identify close to a top. So once it's close to a top, it's very easy to possibly catch a wave that you can short at the top there. So this is a complicated structure, a very complicated one, but the way that I would most likely count this myself would be something like maybe this is like a 1 here, then A, B, C that's higher. Then this is a 2, a 3, 4, and a 5, like that. And this is clearly, the biggest one is always the third. So this is 3, then the 4, and the 5. So we're getting something like something like that, basically. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then now we check the third wave. We check it using fib extension to see which one's longer, wave 1 or wave 5. We see that wave, or wave 3. So wave 3 is way longer, right? Because usually the rule is that Elliott wave says that wave 3 is often the longest and never the shortest. So then we see that this right here is wave 3 and it's longer than wave 1. Wave 5 is the smallest. So then that completes the wave 3 structure. And the wave 4 structure does that. And then the wave 5 structures are always incredibly confusing. That's why I tend to not be able to count it very well. But if I were to do something like this, say from the bottom, I'm just going to draw, or not like that, like this. I'm just going to say that it's about to crack to the downside, if not broken already. Let's go to a lower time frame. So we're seeing that it hits multiple regions here, 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 breaks a little bit there, and now it wants to break down. So I'm in a pretty good position right now. I'm only down $1,400. So if this was actually the top, it's a good chance. It might actually go up to here, another 1.73%. If it does go up there, I'll be down about 4,000 plus that. So I'll be, no, 3,000 plus that. So I'll be down about 4,000 total. So assuming that that's the top right now, we would take the Fibonacci extension of the whole thing, or sorry, retracement of the whole thing. And I would go for a very, very, very conservative target. And my target would be literally like 22,791. And that would make me about $4,000 tonight, which I think is very reasonable of a target. I mean, it really does look like it's going to come down soon. So now that we've got the Elliott wave count in, and we've got the target around 22.8, actually the target would probably be something like the top of wave 4 region, like right around here. I would say that would be a really good target. See that? Because it's the wave top of this particular one over here. That's a really good target. Okay, so if that's the target right there, now let's take a look at moving averages to see if we can see anything. We see that, not really actually. We see the 5-minute bounce, kind of bounce, fall through. So 5 minutes acting as sort of a decent indicator. Let's see if there's a chandelier exit that's strong. So where has it been trending on the main one since the entire rally? Well, the 15-minute trended, the 10-minute break. So the 15-minute trends, it's hit it one time here, one time here. Eventually it's going to hit it again at 23, I believe. My entry is at 23.3. So even if it hit it there, I still have a good 1% closing rate. This is really good in my opinion. So now we know that the chandelier exit 15 like is around here. So this is like a really, that's another resistance or support rather. So let's see if it breaks around. I'm just going to put it up a little bit around here just so I know. Chandelier exit 15 minute. I'm going to label CE 15 min support. So I want to be able to always be aware of what my supports are. And here is a little bit lower than the 382, I believe. I think that one's a very conservative target. So that one's a little bit lower than 382. So now let's take a look at bearishly diverging signs. The 15-minute tried to break up here, but it failed. So because it failed, it's going down now. That one right there. See it? Okay, so now it's bearish on all time frames, including the 30. So it's really bearish, even right here, right? 30 minutes crashing down now. Looks like it double topped. The characteristics of the fifth subwave usually ends up double topping. Let me explain to you what I mean. So if we have 5 waves here, and let's just pretend we're talking about just this subwave. Okay, just that wave right there. Okay, so in that particular wave right there, in that green box, what happens often is like a 3 will be big, and 4, and then 5 will double top. I'm talking about in this particular wave right here. Does that make sense? So you get 1, 2, and then 3, and 4, 5. It's very weak. So this happens quite often because you're exhausted by the end of the uptrend. So what ends up happening instead is we end up getting a drop to the downside when we end up double topping. And it just doesn't look like it's going to break above there right now. Maybe perhaps later. I'm down $1,000 now. So pretty good amount. The volume is actually decreasing as well for the buys. And then there's sell volume, sell volume, sell volume, all sell volume over here. So it's looking pretty good for me. Like it really does look like Sol is now at a top. If you look at it from multiple perspectives, like I hate doing the count over and over again, but I'm going to. This is the count. Probably the top. Like that. It finished already. Like this is the top probably. Or this is the top. But more likely this one. I mean, this is making the leading first wave diagonal. Where this makes the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then this makes the ABC. So that's 1, 2, and then in here somewhere is a 1. Somewhere in there is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then this one's very clearly defined. Somewhere in there, I think. Actually, it's not that clearly defined, but like probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this is probably just the B retracement upwards. This didn't even get higher, so this is either the 1, 2, and then there's a 3, 4, 5. Like something like that. But we'll find out soon enough if it drops below like these lows, like these regions. If it drops below there, I will probably enter a short. 30-minute time frame looks like it wants to drop. There's a little tip down already. 45 minutes coming down, 20 minutes is down, 15 minutes down, 10 minutes down, 8 minutes down. Every time frame says it's fucking down. I mean, really hard to be bullish on Sol. So it wicked down below my entry price by a little bit. Not that much, of course, but I didn't get a chance to close it because why would I? I wanted to actually drop down below it. So the only thing I'm nervous about right now is on the 15-minute chart. This low on RSI is lower than this one, but the price here is higher. It's called hidden bearish divergence. That worries the shit out of me, and I really don't want it to like affect it in any way. Like maybe there's gonna be another uptrend, which really worries me. I'm also noticing this right here. Well, not that. Like I'm seeing this as a possibility. If it smashes up here, it's going to be so devastating. So we're going to have to wait and see what happens. So we see this long-term trending resistance. We see the dual resistance of 2390 from far back. So this red box here, it's making a pretty damn strong resistance in there. I don't think it's going to break above it. And then somewhere in here would be a good entry, like a break below. If people were to enter the short, somewhere below like 23.39, But realistically, the best short entry would be a lower low, like around, like lower than these guys, around 23.1. That would be a good entry to target around here for 2%. That'd be the best entry. So for now, I'm still down $1,600, but I am not worried at all. So if I were to tell somebody what a good entry is, I would tell them to take a look at right here first of all. See this region with all the wicks up here? See that? Now that it broke to the downside, right now would be the entry. And the stop loss would be pretty large. It'd be about 2.5% above that white line. And then the target would be the white down over here for 3.5%. With an RR of about 1.29. This would be a perfect entry because we break above that, those regions, can't stay above it, come back down. Then the next region to shatter is 20.1. And then we close around here, which is the top of the wave 4 wicks, which is slightly below 382. This looks like a pretty good setup. All right, so now I'm in profit, $380. Yeah, baby. So, yeah, I think we win this trade by a mile. 45 minutes, 10 more minutes, we're gonna fucking smash. There's no way we can lose this. Lower RSI histogram, lower MACD, everything is bearishly diverging. These are the strategies that I specialize in, so it's just really difficult for us to lose this trade, in my opinion. If we take a look at literally all of the signs right now, there's nothing really bullishly diverging at all. 45-minute time frame is about to cross down in 6 minutes. The 30-minute time frame is really bearish on the MACD. It's bearishly diverging on the MACD, bearishly diverging on the histogram, bearishly diverging in the RSI by a lot, by a significant amount. So it just seems like the top is in right now, and the only thing left to do is ride it, and the patience is going to be key. I mean, you never know though, right? Like, we can still hit to these regions, but just doesn't seem that likely right now. It seems like we're gonna hit a support like right around here first, like right around here. I'd say like those ranges. Maybe lower, maybe higher, maybe right here. Like, but it does seem really bearish from what I see. It just seems like the bears are taking over. And let's take a look at Chandler exit now. Like, you got to be really sure about everything, right? So on the 5-minute, it's bouncing on the Chandelier exit right now. The main time frame was the 15, so we're far from it right now. So Chandelier is not helping that much. The 55 EMA is really not helping either. The 5-minute bounced. So we're fighting at the 5-minute 55 EMA right now. And then on the other ones, we are getting pretty bearish. Like, it's getting a crossover now. The 8 is about to resist all of it. So it is looking bearish no matter how you see it. It's just a matter of not panicking now and waiting to see how it plays out. All right, so it's dropping a significant amount now. I like that. I'm up 1,400, 1,600. It's still going. I'm going to close my position because I am extremely tired and I'm going to go to bed. That's the truth. So let's try to get a close here at 126. This is going to be for about $2,000. Let's see if it has enough force to actually puncture it. Give it a little bit of time right here, but I don't think it does, to be quite honest. This will be for $2,000. So it's going to close out 110. So the main reason for this close over here, or for this position rather. Okay, wait, actually, it's still trying to make one more wave down, I believe. Like maybe one more. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 right here. Might be too low though. It might be too low. And here we go. We closed it right now. So that was a good profit of $2,000 roughly. So the main reason I took this trade was because I counted this all with my group. from the very beginning for the past 2 hours. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, just like that. And it made some beautiful subwaves in here, leading first wave diagonal where it formed. This one here made a beautiful 3 wave. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave, I mean. And then this is the flag pattern. And the very last one here made something kind of weird. We didn't really recognize it, but we figured that if that wasn't the top, then this is probably the top over here where it made a funky triangle of some sort. So that was a really good entry for the group, and there you go. That's how I just made, I think, $2,000. Very nice. Update on BTC. Fuck, man. If I noticed it, I would have short. See the trend? Do you guys see this long ass trend? There's only one of two options. Actually, three. One option is we just smash out of it every time we get there or close. Second option is we bull trap every time. Bull trap every time. Bull trap every time. Right? So I guess the third option would be just kind of trending like that. Right? And the fourth option is we get close to there and we just fall down. So if you think about it, there's 4 scenarios, right? The only scenario where it's very bullish is if we completely just smash out of it. It's more likely that the other 3 scenarios are gonna, happen where we're gonna get a bull trap, then down. That's scenario 1. Scenario 2 is we just kind of trend below it like that, but we're not gonna really break above it. Scenario 3 is every time we get there, we break down. Those 3 scenarios are a lot more likely than anything else. So, and if you take a look on the closer picture, look, that's a fucking nasty candle. That's nasty. Like, hold on, I'll go with 5-minute. Look, oh my god. If it doesn't break a lot out of there, like, it's easy to tell the bull traps when you do this. You see the first candle that breaks out right here, right? And then you see the next candle doing fuck all with the volume. Fuck all, fuck all, fuck all, fuck all. Then you guys sell. You know that's a bull trap. Yo, what's up, everybody? You like my hair? I'm growing it out on purpose because when I get a haircut, I'm gonna look sexy as fuck. It's gonna be so different. Okay, so I'm gonna show you guys how I just made $1,900. So what I specialize in is catching the top. And I do that because I think trading is very psychologically based. And when there's a big rally to the top side and the price is constantly going up and up and up, a lot of people will go into the market because they see that and they'll purposely buy because of the fear of missing out and because of the greed. So because of those 2 factors, it drives up the price even more. But myself, as an experienced and professional trader, I'm smarter than that. So what I do is when I see these prices rise to the upside, I'll actually bet against the market and I'll short it because I've specialized in learning how to identify the top with specific criterias that are shown, and I'll show you how. So my favorite method of analysis is called Elliott wave theory, and this defines the market in fractals and patterns called impulse waves and corrective waves. And if you're able to identify which of the structures are corrective and impulse waves, and you're able to divide up the fractals in the market, you could potentially identify where the top is. So what I try to do is I try to subdivide these waves that are going to show me that 5 waves are in. So here we see something called the leading first wave diagonal, which is often found in the first wave and also the A wave of all structures. So we see this as a leading first wave diagonal because it's compressing, as you've noticed, between these 2 lines that I'm moving. So that's the first thing that I identified. And the second thing that I identify is an ABC structure that comes down like this. So this shows me that this is the wave 2 structure. Now that we've identified the first and the second wave, because we saw a leading diagonal and also the ABC zigzag pattern, we now see the next fractal divided up like this. 1, 2 in the circles there, 3, 4 in the 5, which completes the 3 at the top. So if that completes the 3 at the top, then there must be a 4 coming down. So once that 4 finds a bottom, it starts to rally to the top. Now, this is what I specialize in. I specialize in catching that 5th wave. I'm able to, based off of many factors such as bearishly diverging RSI, such as Elliott wave theory, dividing up the fractals even more, looking at MACD, RSI, I'm able to tell if it's getting very, very close to a top. So for example, one of the factors that I'm going to use is RSI. So I see that the RSI is bearishly diverging, and that means that the price is continuously going up, but the RSI is slowly going down and losing strength. So what you're going to see here are these peaks over here. Okay, you're just going to see the peak over here where this peak right up there is high, but this one is lower and this one's lower. But what you're going to notice on the price is that the price is actually going up, but the RSI is going down. Also, if you look at the MACD, you're going to notice that peak there is higher, but this peak is lower. This peak is higher, that peak is lower. So I look for these combinations that show me that all the time where the previous one is higher, but this one, the next one after is lower. And then you compare it to those waves, right? Which is the opposite. That price is lower, but this price is higher. So it's the opposite. The MACD and the RSI, it goes from high to low, but the price goes from lower to higher. So because of these opposites that we see, it can show that it's close to a top. So because of those factors, I decided to enter a short scenario, and my entry was actually very, very precise. My entry was on the way to the upside over here. So I entered it earlier than everyone else. As that broke the first time, I'm not going to deny it. I entered a little bit early, right around there. So on that wick down there, then it went back up and it corrected. But I was very confident that it was the top. So I put my stop loss slightly above over here where that previous high was. Because it hit it 3 times, I figured if it breaks above it, then it's probably going to smash. And that's how I was able to make $1,900, which is awesome. So for the month, that puts me up at 13,400 American dollars, which is also the same thing as 18,000 Canadian dollars. So that is kind of a fucking crazy amount because it's only 11 days into the month. See ya. Peace.